Hello! Hello, everybody! We're here with Lore Sunday with Mr. Final Fantasy in beautiful Mordona because quite a while ago we were bid to go to the Rising Stones because apparently somebody's waiting for us there. So let's see what that's about. Oops. Ignore Flamine right there. We're gonna get to her eventually. Hold on. I feel like the last time I was in here, it wasn't this arrangement of people. So even though this is, we're not doing MSQ right now, I feel like it's probably still worth it to go, hey, Peaky Pie, go, hello. Yeah, sorry for the late start today, but, hey, maybe this works better if you guys are like, oh my God, we're here. Do you think a late start works better? Maybe I should start just skewing my whole sleep schedule later. Anyway, worry not, for with every dawn a new day comes. Even though I'm not doing MSQ today, I'm gonna go around and talk to everybody. Not early, it's midnight where you are? Okay, fair. Fair. It feels as though all we do is track crystal shipments and spy upon beastmen's strongholds. I know it's important work, but sometimes you want to be in the thick of it, you know? Sorry, Vima, you're not getting the action. So he's, somewhat new to the Scions, I think, but... This guy, I feel like I've seen before. It's been a while. Here's Alphino and Tataru. Taru. I can't wait to hear what adventures they've had. Oh, Lady Flamine is not with you? She will be next week. Next week, I'm finally gonna do more MSQ. Your bravery shall not soon be forgotten. I recall you from the battle on the steps. Oh, she was on the final steps of faith? Actually, yeah, she kind of looks familiar. I mean, not the final steps of faith, the steps of faith. Not the final steps of faith, that's not yet. I remember her. She was in the Waking Sands. This guy, maybe, I'm not sure. But we're getting traffic. We're getting people working for us and stuff. These are the Domans. Is that Higiri? I think it might be. It's only till Flamine returns. That's, oh my God. I could say who is who, although maybe I should save this for MSQ, but yeah, that was Higiri. I was right. And then oh my God, I'm forgetting her name, but she's the one who's taking over in the kitchens and stuff. Blomvita. The way the refugees looked away when we showed them the link pearl fragments. I think Eremgus might have the right of it. He's a good man, but I can tell the betrayal yet weighs on his mind. Would that more of the Braves had been like him. I remember Eremgus was part of the Crystal Braves. I'd wager those Alamegans know where Ida and Papalimo went. In fact, I would not be surprised if they helped them to flee the city. Not that they would ever admit to it, such. After all, half the Braves up and turned their cloaks during a royal banquet. What reason do they have to believe us when we claim we're friends? Ooh, that's still weighing on him a bit. I think I'll wait till MSQ day to translate Blomvida's name, because I don't think I've translated her name. And here are some newer recruits. We've got Clemens. She's pretty new. Aenor, you cannot be serious. He must be 3 times your size. I mean, how would you even... Surely you haven't... Oh, hold on. What? No, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Wait, what? Aenor, you should have seen the way my man jumped for joy when he heard about his brother. By the by, you don't have to know a reputable goldsmith, do you? I was thinking of commissioning a pair of rings. Okay, so... Aenor's dating Ochre Boulder? Are you related to Hori Boulder outside? Praise the 12! They found him! Riol found Hori! He's in Thavnair looking after Miss Flamine, it seems. Yeah, he's right outside. We're gonna talk to him next week. Ha! Imagine that. My brother, bodyguard to the antecedent's mother. He sure has come a long way. She has it for the Boulder brothers. She does, and Clemens is Aenor's sister. And, is very worried about her at all times. They have entries in the encyclopedia, but now's not the time to read it. But yeah, they are newer scions. And FME, did I talk to FME? I never realized shinobi were capable of such amazing feats. Mayhap I too should take up the short blades. Yeah, that would be cool, right? Trying to make sure I don't get certain Elizin mixed up. Yeah, under Crystal Braves, right? No, I was thinking of oh yeah, Ethemy. Yeah, Ethemy is a Crystal Brave who ended up on our side. Anyway, the person we're supposed to be meeting is in the Solar. And I guess we're just gonna wait. My thanks for coming. Shorty. With a mask, mysterious. Unukalai is my name. I know, he's got the most incomprehensible name, but I like this kid. So I'll say it with full confidence. Unukalai. Unukalai is my name, and I serve a friend. I sought you out that I might alert you to the rising thread of beings known as the Icons. I mean, I know that Icons are like what the Garleans call primals. We definitely know that's a threat. That's like our whole thing. You are aware of the threat, you say? Oh, but I speak not of the primals, with which you are exceedingly well acquainted. It may interest you to know that the term Icon and the beings to which it refers precede the Garlean Empire by eras. Ooh. You see, it is the name by which the Allegans called godlike beings, the dark divinity Odin among them. Yeah, that's right. On the Odin episode, we were talking that Odin was from the Allegan times. You kept calling him Akulikon. And the Garleans, who seek to emulate the glory of ancient Alleg, have simply availed themselves of it. Yep, a lot of the Magitech, particularly a lot of the stuff Nero makes, is pretty much copied off of Allegan clockwork. Yep, it's that guy. It's the very special boy. Today's his day. Have simply availed themselves of it. Pray permit me to continue the tale. Is it my man? I knew it! It's my man Urianger! Yay! Ah, Urianger. How kind of you to join us. Urianger, you've collected a weird outcast, the first of many. As the Warrior of Light's comrade, my participation is but to be expected. After all, the matter doth pertain to the very fate of the star. The icons of Eld. In the distant past, these mighty beings did offer fierce resistance to the Allegan Empire. However, they eventually fell to the men of Alleg, who devised the means by which to capture them. And it did not end with capture, as you well know, for the Allegans also learned how to harness the Icon's power. Dalamud, right? And what you're about to talk about. They refined this knowledge at the Etherochemical Research Facility on Azis La. Hey, I've been there! And within the centrifugal crystal engine, they sealed 3 of the beings, the warring Triad. 'Twas first and foremost to acquire the infinite power of the warring Triad that the Archbishop did seek Azis La. Yeah, I remember that. That was mentioned back when Thordan was in Azis La. He was talking about the warring Triad. But in the wake of his defeat, the bindings which confine the icons were severely damaged. Doubt not, but that they will fail completely ere long. Know that we do not condemn you for striking down the Archbishop. You were simply fulfilling your destiny. Aw, thanks! And yet, were the warring Triad to be released into the world, unimaginable destruction would ensue. Take heart, for there is hope still. Through swift action, we may yet prevent their awakening and see them resealed. But in dealing with this new threat, our first step must be to contend with the old. 2 savage gods are returned, I fear, summoned once more by their worshippers, and at a strength far surpassing their previous incarnations. This is what you say about extremes all the time. Wait, what? I speak of the primals, Ravana and Bismarck. Oh, is this how you unlock the extremes? That's so funny. If left unchecked, they will inevitably seek to seize the power of the warring Triad. This will serve to feed the confluence of chaos and hasten the Icon's awakening. To wit, we must need vanquish both their kinds. I pray thee, however, to first focus thy gaze upon the primals ere we turn our attention to those Icons in their fitful slumber. I shall return to the waking sands forthwith and consider such measures as are available to us. Meanwhile, I bid thee attend to the task of eliminating the primals. Young Anukulai shall assist thee. Rest assured he is not our enemy. For the time being, at least. Okay, Urianger. The Warring Triad. The Awakening. The Warring Triad is the collective term for 3 immensely powerful icons that were brought into existence during the twilight of the Third Astral Era. Summoned by the native tribes of Mericidia, these entities were set against the encroaching forces of the Allegan Empire. You're just reminded that ARR always were like, I wonder what the beastmen need all those crystals for. I wonder why the caravan transporting all these crystals got attacked, right? What did he mean by this? I know, right? It's like, if you thought Anukulai was sus, you might as well tell us, right? But Urianger loves to be mysterious. So this is not the first time we heard about Mericidia. We heard about Mericidia in the Coils of Bahamut. In that Bahamut and Tiamat who we met in Tiamat, we met in Azys Law. Bahamut and Tiamat were the leaders of the like Mericidian enclave of dragons, and so they were Mericidia's fiercest protectors when the Alligans attacked. But of course, it's not only dragons who live in Mericidia. The dragons summon their own icon, which was the Bahamut that was stuck in Dalamud. But yeah, the Ascians basically went in and started to teach all the different tribes of Mericidia how to summon icons. And so other different peoples of Mericidia with their own religions summoned the Warring Triad. The strength of a primal is determined by the fervent prayers of its faithful. And as the Mericidians' prayers called for saviors with the power to throw back an imperial invasion, the resulting incarnations were perforce imbued with nigh incalculable might. That the Alligans were capable of conquering such godlike beings well illustrates the incredible heights to which their technology had ascended. The implacable empire subdued and imprisoned the Warring Triad, shackled them to machinery that sustained the icons' forms, whilst at the same time leeching away their infinite energies, the same thing that they did to Bahamut and Dalamud. For 5 millennia did the Warring Triad languish thus in dreaming servitude, their slumber undisturbed until Archbishop Thordan VII of Ishgard rattled the bars of their cage. Alright, I'll see you soon. Can you just imagine old man Thordan going up and just rattling some bars to like some primal's cage? The Archbishop had come to Azys Law seeking to absorb the Three's power and make himself a god without rival. It was fortunate then that the Warrior of Light and his companions thwarted Thordan before he could realize his tyrannical ambitions, but the victory was not without consequence. The violence of the battle cracked the seals that keep the Triad in torpor, and the icons have begun to stir. Worse, the Garlean Empire and their heavy-handed efforts to plunder the secrets of Azys Law threaten to drag them into full wakefulness. These terrible entities must be destroyed before they arise in all their cataclysmic splendor. Oh my god. They really did use a nuclei to drop the extremes for Bismarck and Ravana. That's so funny. But we're here for Warring Triad today. I can do extremes on my own time because they don't really add to lore much. When the bow wakes, Unukalai is anxious to act before the Warring Triad awaken. Yeah, I'm just gonna go on. I don't care about Ravana and Bismarck. I'm gonna kick their asses off stream. When Thordan rammed his sword into the ground? Perhaps so. Yeah. That whole phase change would have seemed like it would have cracked something, right? With all of the 12 around there and stuff, and they're trying to get your ass. And there's like the giant Nidhogg's eyeball. That seems like it would have cracked something. The time has come. He says, drink deep, Ascalon, from the power of slumbering gods. Yeah, that's probably what did it. Yeah, the sword was Ascalon. The time has come, Warrior of Light. We must move against the Warring Triad now, or suffer the consequences. The seal is cracked, and the icons stir. Should they be allowed to awaken and resume their titanic conflict, it will be alike to the coming of a second calamity. You, mister, represent our best hope of eliminating this threat. Man! For some reason, the primals in this expansion are just hungry. Like, apparently Alexander was like sucking the ether out of the earth like a big gulp, and now the Warring Triad are gonna annihilate everything. That said, the very act of entering the containment facility itself presents certain unique challenges. So unique, in fact, that I struggled to locate an individual with the requisite talents to surmount them. Were it not for the impressively diverse connections of your fellow scions, I might still be searching. Happily, however, they were able to furnish me with a suitable candidate. Now, along with you and your Echo-blessed companions, hey, you guys, if you want to join, all the pieces we need to proceed with this deadly game are arrayed upon the board. Victory hinges upon no less than the total destruction of the warring Triad. But we must also wear the interference of those who covet the Allagan's primal harnessing technology. I speak, of course, of the blindly grasping hand of the Garlean Empire and its fumbling agents. Ooh, the insults, let's go. The ignorant meddling of the Empire will serve only to hasten the Icon's awakening, and it is my master's desire that the Triad be dispatched before Imperial forces delve too deeply. Being the nearest to wakefulness, the Icon Sephiroth, not Sephiroth, everyone, Sephiroth, shall be your first adversary. Make your preparations and join me on the flagship in Azislaw. We shall speak further there. There he goes. He's just waiting for me to leave and then he'll go. That's fair. Okay. So Unukalai is, his description in the encyclopedia is actually not spoilery. So, Unukalai, inducted into the Scions of the Seventh Dawn at the recommendation of Urianger, Unukalai's assistance has proven invaluable when dealing with entities of considerable might. This includes both primals incarnate and the Warring Triad. It is believed that the masked youth has an ability not unlike the Echo, which somehow shields him from the tempering gaze of the bestial deities, so primals and icons. Though his age, origin, race, and ultimate intentions all remain mysteries, the Scions have yet to find a reason to mistrust Unukalai, and so cautiously count him as one of their own. So he is cautiously, for now, a Scion. Here we go. All right. You know what? Before we go meet up with the Nuclei, I might as well get on the next. Oh my God! Look at the little nodes going around. Welcome to Azislaw. Please form 2 lines and await processing. I might as well continue relic weapon, since this last step was really easy. Right, Ardashir. We shall set to work as soon as you return with the ether oil. It is 5 pots we require, don't forget. Oh, and do remember to bring the weapon itself. We shall struggle to proceed without that. Oh yeah, I got it, the Rongaminiat. Like I'm in freaking fake Grand Order. There's the ether oil. Well done, friend. While you were abroad acquiring these, we saw to the rather less onerous matter of our own preparations. What's with little boys in Azislaw? They're everywhere. In the process, we happened upon an archive with a particularly riveting selection of texts on etherochemical research that may well prove useful in the future. Alas, I was only able to steal a few cursory glances at their contents, as Geralt was intent upon sneaking off to drown himself in ardent spirits. Would that he were as keen to immerse himself in his work. Pious little prick. A young'un like you wouldn't understand. It's me muse, my inspiration. All my best ideas come after drowning Summit strong. Yeah, Geralt knows how to party, exactly. Is that right? Then what a pity. You abstained for as long as you did. Had you been only a little more inebriated, mayhap you would have devised a plan which didn't involve putting Mister to such trouble. No, this is, you know, I'm used to it by now. Gerald lives to give me trouble. Shut your gob and coat me anvil with that ether oil before I crack one of them pots over your head. He just gets to work. There. Applying the oil was much easier than I expected. How did you fare with your hammer? She's oiled up and ready for action. Gerald? There's no telling how long the coating will last, though. Time to get pounding. Gerald! Please do be careful, Gerald. Mister went to great lengths to procure that oil. I would not have him go to all that trouble again through any error on our part. I deserve that. I think you're forgetting who you're talking to, lad. My only error is making weapons what are too good for their owners. Present company accepted, of course. Whoa, that was a close one there, Gerald. Besides, I downed a bottle of the good stuff not long ago. Never felt better. That explains a few things, actually. It was for him. You know what? Thank you. Well, I am glad to hear... Wait, did you say a bottle? A whole bottle? 7 hells, man. I cannot in good conscience allow you to work in your condition. Ah, don't be so daft. It weren't bad stuff. At least I don't think it was. I found it when you were reading about all them ether comical what's-names. He's perpetually drunk, isn't he? Every time he's not, he wishes he was. And he wrote, there's only one way to find out how good it really was. It's hammering time. Uh-oh. No! Oh, he's going for it. Those are some Godbert Manderville hammering. How is this possible? It's just swift, precise movements. And his eyes, I've never seen them so sharp. Is he quite certain it was alcohol he drank and not some manner of invigorating tonic? Ardashir, I know you're a little kid, but this is what a functioning alcoholic looks like. This is not the drunkard I imagined when Rowena introduced us. Mayhap we should keep another bottle on hand. Ardashir, no! In case he should be required to craft something else, I mean. Ardashir, please. There, a taste of me true talents. Next time, maybe you'll believe old Gerald when he tells you about the redeeming power of a stiff drink. Oh my god. Now then, mister. Hold her up and see how she feels. Like an extension of your arm, I bet. What with the ether flowing so free? Oh, my glowy! Cool spear, let's go! A genuine, bona fide, bleeding masterpiece fashioned for the realm's greatest adventurer by their greatest living blacksmith, hyperconductive Rongaminian. Magnificent! Simply magnificent! You can almost feel his ethereal energies coursing through it. What effect do you suppose this will have on the enema? All right, it's my ether. That was the whole point. To conduct, so my ether gets in there and kind of like trains the anima. Right. Yeah, let's go. Oh, is that the enema? Hi, little guy. I love creating sentient weapons. Yeah, we're getting real good at it, aren't we? So warm. At last I feel myself. Wow, this is the most coherent I've ever heard you. Oh, that was the whole point of this whole step. Was hopefully we could talk to you. You want your weapon to feel pain. Great. You would share your ether, the very essence of your being, to support me? Yeah. Then I, in turn, shall do all that I can to support you, going wheresoever you go, even into the farthest reaches of the realm. If, that is, you will take me as your companion. Yeah, of course. Mister? I take it the anima has spoken with you once again? Oh, you can't hear it yet? Thank you, Anima. Now hop into my chocobo saddlebag, will you? Pretty much. That was a comparatively lengthy exchange, was it not? Far longer, certainly, than the scant whispers you described before. This is progress, my friend. Tangible progress. Should our young charge continue to develop at this rate, it may not be long before Gerald and I can converse with it. At last, our goal of a free-thinking weapon is within reach. I think it's already free-thinking, just it can't talk to you guys yet. Impressed, are you? Well, the anima weapon's just the start. Feast your eyes on this little beauty. What? A kettle? Is it a kettle? Egg! While Mister was off looking for ether oil, I went for a little wander, and this thing found me. I mean, I found it. I found it. Any road, seeing as there ain't much these Allegan contraptions can't do, I gave it a recipe for making spirits. Let me tell you, the thing's got a real knack for following instructions. Oh no! He got a node and turned it into a distillery. With a bit of work, I reckon we could teach it how to make weapons. It'll look like the animal weapon by the bleeding dozen. Oh, this is how you get replicas. Okay, that's cool. They won't be real animal weapons, of course, on account of there being no spirit inside, but you can be sure they'll still sell. Oh, that's clever, because the whole reason he's out here is he's like, oh my god, I need to figure out to make something that'll sell so Raina will get off my butt, right? So... And seeing as you helped me get here, I'll even let you have one half price. Can't say fairer than that, eh? Have you no decency? We did not come here to fashion trinkets. We came here to imbue weapons with life. Life that should be respected. Respect and life don't come into it. I came here to pay off me debts, remember? And if that means making a few trinkets, I'll bloody well make them. Yeah, that's why he's always making kettles, because he's trying to make money. Like it or not, where there's muck, there's money, and I mean to take it. Ugh. Drinking may have served to steady your arm, but I see your moral compass remains as wayward as ever. Plainly, there are limits to even alcohol's miraculous powers. Oh my god. But let us set aside Gerald's scheming for the present. Today marks an important milestone in our collective journey, and in your journey especially, mister. The bond you share with the anima is stronger than ever. Teach it well, and one day soon the world will look upon the brilliance of our anima weapon and wonder. Yay! I gotta show off the weapon a little bit before taking the next quest. Your anima weapon is now hyperconductive, fortifying your bond with the spirit within. Who is it? It's not bigger item level. Ooh. Look at it. It's so cool. Yeah. It's so cool. Can we go on? All right, yeah. Huh? Oh, here we go. Ardashir is lost in thought. I'm just gonna take this quest and then go on to Warring Triad. Save your breath, lad. He's been sitting there brooding ever since you left. Surely, I said, surely if we just leave him be, swinging the weapon about as he please, the animal will grow on its own. Of course, there's no satisfying him. I know what's stirring in that loaf of his, but I wish he'd pay a mind to stirring elsewhere. The boy could use a distraction. Hells, I could make use of a nice buxom distraction myself. Gerald, what is it with you today? For the last time, please do not speak of such things. Not everyone shares your deplorable appetites. That's what I'm saying, Gerald. But what you say of the anima weapon is true. In its hyperconductive state, 'tis only a matter of time before the anima shows new signs of growth. Yet what sort of researcher would I be if I did not search for a way to hasten the process? Always so serious. So the little lords found a way to bugger us some more, eh? Indeed I have, though it will require a trip to Idleshire. My quest to find Charlian researchers there bore no fruit, but I did meet with a young lady whose field of expertise is quite similar to my own. Her name is Ulan. She has a vast knowledge of arcane entities and specializes in the study of carbuncles. Ooh, we're gonna see some carbuncles today. In fact, her research concerns the enhancement of these entities with crystals. While not quite as free-thinking as Mr. Anima, they are of a similar nature. Perhaps enough for her work to be of use. When last we spoke, she sought an apprenticeship from the selfsame Charlian researchers who refused me an audience. No doubt they have left her waiting in Idleshire even now. Oh. Come, mister. Let us be off before she finds reason to conduct her research elsewhere. I will, kid. I'm a little busy at the moment, but I will. Yay! Okay. So we'll do that in a bit. Or next week or something. But we're gonna go do Warring Triad. There's a few locations in Azys Law that have to do with the Warring Triads up there. I think I could go show you a couple of things, or no, maybe it'll seem more apt after we go put ourselves in the situation. But there's some different parts around Azys Law that have to do with the Warring Triad. So you might do a little tour later. Urianger is so smart and sexy. I agree! Wow! We agree heartily on something, Cutie Pie. Alright, Nikolai, hello! This is the place, Warrior of Light. Here we will find the containment facility. He just did something that reminded you? Oh, in your game? What did he do? I mean, without spoilers, or I guess vaguely, so I get what you're saying without it being spoilery. This is the place, Warrior of Light. Here we will find the containment facility wherein entities of incalculable power lie chained, their fathomless energies siphoned away by elegant devices. As I warned you, Sephiroth poses the most immediate threat. His dreaming mind drifts perilously close to consciousness. Thus must his destruction be our first concern. Oh, it's related to this. Okay, gotcha. Thus must his destruction be our first concern. Wait, are you doing this right now? So you can go with me, or is it something that happens in the future? You don't have to answer. Your fellow scions will be joining us anon, accompanied by the uniquely talented individual of whom I spoke. From what I gather, the two of you are already well acquainted. Wait, you're getting everybody here? Let us continue inside and wait before the doors to the containment facility. You had already done Sephiroth at some point. Oh, so you're continuing them? Ooh. Rianche! Kryl! Alright, yeah, Kryl's here. And Y'shtola. Well, this fits well with where I am in the MSQ right now, so this works. You've not been waiting long, I trust. We are eager to lend whatever cooperation we made to your mission, mister. Bankrupt, I guess, has fucked off somewhere, but that's fine. Oh, you're a couple of quests ahead. The shoes on the other foot. Oh, Pinkie Pie's ahead of me! I'm gonna have to catch up. You're right. Today it's different. It is an honor to meet you at last. As I know of only one Mikote scion, you must be Archon Y'shtola. What does he say if you're a Mikote in this scene? Meaning your diminutive companion is Miss Kryl of the Students of Baldessian, correct? You just called her short? Diminutive? Perhaps there has been some mistake. I assumed it was for my knowledge and not my stature that you requested my assistance. Get his ass, Kryl! Let's go! The mistake is mine. He's not socialized, okay? He's a rude little boy who doesn't talk to people. Why not both? I guess so. My apologies if I have given offense. Mayhap it would be best if we proceeded directly to the matter of our objectives. Your adversary is the icon Sephiroth of the Warring Triad. He was once a patron deity to a tribe of tree-like beings native to Mericidia. So hey, if we ever get a Mericidia expansion, look out for tree people. But was subdued by the Allegan Empire after a lengthy war of attrition. Stature is very important. After his defeat, he was imprisoned for use as a source of power. Even now, Sephiroth is neither truly living nor dead, his mind bound in a dream while his body's energies are harnessed by Allegan technologies. The explanation for his failure to dissipate into the ether lies in his restraints. These ingenious devices serve not only to bind him, but to continuously regenerate his corporeal form. That's why all those lasers were in the middle of building Bahamut in the coils. The coils were in the middle of trying to regenerate Bahamut. That's why you see like an arm and a wing and like his head after 5 years. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mericidia is supposed to be Africa and Australia mashed together, yeah. Or the Final Fantasy XIV equivalent of Africa and Australia mashed together. It's pretty big. If you, now that you can see the whole planet, Mericidia is like quite large. So is Terral, where we're going in Dawn Trail. So there's definitely a lot of space to look around if we were to have expansions there. In fact, Terral has so much land that you could probably have several expansions there. So I think Dawn Trail is only going to cover southern Terral. Mericidia could have like 2 expansions too, I bet. Or there might just be one Mirror City expansion. I guess we'll see in the future, in the coming years, I suppose. The explanation for his failure to dissipate into ether lies in his restraint. Oh yeah, I read that. That's like, I was explaining that's what was going on with Bahamut in the coils. Meaning it will be all but impossible to banish him while said restraints are in place, Lit. Yes? Remove them, however, and we risk allowing an unfathomably powerful and doubtless vengeful icon to run rampant. It seems we have no choice but to divide our forces. One team must locate the controls to Sephiroth's shackles and disable them, while the other stands ready to destroy him at the moment of his awakening. Wow, I wonder who's gonna be on Team 2. A most succinct assessment, Mistress Kryl. While I was aware that the Echo provided you with uncanny insight, I did not expect you to intuit the core of my strategy quite so swiftly. Inukalai, can we stop being rude? This boy has not been socialized. Ha! If only my gift offered such detailed an analysis, which is to say it doesn't. I merely took it upon myself to learn as much about the Triad's imprisonment as I could before coming here. She did her homework. It will be Mr. and I, after all, who enter the Icon's Den. It's like, Kryl, why Kryl? But it's because she has the Echo. Urianger and Y'shtola are susceptible to becoming tempered. Homeschooled, he's just like me for real. Oh. Would love to go to Mirror City so your warrior light can get more trauma. Oh no, is your warrior light from Mirror City? Indeed. Given the nature of our adversary, none save those under the aegis of the Echo should be permitted to enter the containment facility. The risk of primal influence is too great. Well, that's settled then. I will disable the restraints, and Mr. and his gifted adventurer friends will welcome Sephiroth back into the waking world. Better that than the other way around, I'd say, given our respective fields of expertise, and of course my diminutive stature. I love Kryl, she's savage. Right. It's time I had a little chat with the doorkeeper over there. After binding Coil last night, it seems like there's some real sad dudes over there. Oh yeah, yeah, that was so upsetting. All of the captured dragons. Talking to them traumatized your wall. You know what that makes? I totally understand. Boop. Activating verification systems. Lifting access restriction to Triad control. Her little bow. I had no idea the Baldessian curriculum was so comprehensive. When we locate the controls for Sephiroth's restraints, I shall gladly leave their operation to you. When we locate the controls? Mayhap my words were unclear. Only those blessed with the Echo may safely enter the facility. Your concern for my sanity is touching, but unnecessary. Suffice it to say, I am in no danger of falling under the Icon's sway. Boop, boop. Warning. Verification systems detect multiple unauthorized vessels entering restricted airspace. Security systems engaging intruders. The Garleans. Come, Urianger, we must keep the Imperials occupied. So that's what they're gonna do. Bit weird how they keep talking of the Echo or the Blessing of Light granting you protection from the primals. Like, what is it? Yeah, the distinction gets a little blurred, doesn't it? I think having the Echo gives you protection from getting tempered. And it's just that everyone with the Blessing of the Light has the Echo. So not everyone with the Echo has the Blessing of Light, but everyone with the Blessing of Light has the Echo. And so no matter what your protected from primal influence. But there's more that the Blessing of Light does than just protect you from primal influence. There are two distinct things from different sources, but they do get a bit blurred at some points. They do. They do. But obviously we don't want to get into this right now. Yeah, of course. This becomes more of a big thinker and endwalker, and I am probably at least 2 years away from Mr. getting to endwalker at this point. So this is definitely a worthy conversation, but maybe a bit early to really have a thinker. But that's my preliminary input. Is that merely having the echo protects you. Not everyone, and yeah, not everyone with the echo has the Blessing of Light, but everyone with the Blessing of Light has the echo. Because, I mean, being vague and not too spoilery, being vague, the echo is something everyone used to have a long time ago. Yes, exactly. For which characters you see near primals, the echo alone should suffice. Yeah. So they probably suspect right now that Anukalai has the echo or something. And just didn't tell them. Which is weird because he's talking like, oh, Kryl, your echo. So, alright, I won't get too much into it right now. I'll go on. The Garleans. Come, Arianche, we must keep the Imperials occupied. We too should be on our way. Gods, I would be lying if I said I wasn't slightly terrified. But I can't very well leave every deadly task to you scions. According to the histories, Sephiroth was immense in both size and strength, mighty enough to rout even the implacable armies of the Alligans, and that more than once. To cut a long story short, we have to get this right. I shall do my best not to wake up the icon up too much. As my grandfather used to say of certain little monsters, get them up and get them moving while their brains are still abed. Did he say that about you? Were you the little monster, Kryl? Were you a difficult child? All right. Anybody want to come with to Sephiroth? I don't know if you're back, Rowan. You want to come with Pukie Pie? Oh, there you are. I can't believe Meow Meow Big Heels is fucking dead. Wait, you did a Fantasia, right? Oh my god! Oh my god, jump scare! Holy crap! You can do the frickin' cat girl emote now. Oh my god. Amazing. Yeehaw, cowgirl. You made the scariest thing you could think of, cisgender. So the spookiest thing you could think of for Halloween month. Amazing. But you had to do the Fantasia early because you're gonna be gone October 1st. Right. Scary. Oh yeah, we all gotta do our Tomberry emotes for Halloween. I'm gonna have so many cats in my party. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think you can do that yet, Goal. But I appreciate that you wanted to. Hopefully, they'll be able to do that eventually. All right, we're gonna go hit a big tree. Let me guys know. No, you guys let me know if you're ready for Sephiroth. Oh yeah, also, by the way, banger incoming, so I should probably turn up the capture card audio. Yay, Pukie Pie! We have two different kinds of spooky cats. Yay! Oh yeah, I should probably just go in this way. Sephiroth, the Fiend, was a deity once worshipped by a tree-like race native to Mericidia. Brought into being... Oh, I should probably do the party ready check. Brought into being for the sole purpose of repelling elegant invasions, Sephiroth inflicted ruinous losses upon the Imperial army before finally being subdued and imprisoned in the central facility of Azus Law. And now, millennia later, this immensely powerful entity threatens to awaken his vengeful dreams, disturbed by the careless ambitions of Archbishop Thornton VII. Topple, the first pillar of the warring Triad, or wheresoever his colossal shadow falls, shall be visited by unthinkable catastrophe. So, oh no, actually, this is probably something I should explain a little later on. You're like the naming of the Triad, especially the later two. Reading up on the real-world namesakes is very interesting. You know what? Yeah. I don't know that much about Sophia. I know Zurvan is like a Zoroastrian entity, right? And Sephiroth is Jewish folklore, right? The DRK anthem, yeah. Alright, I'm looking at the encyclopedia to see if there's any new insights. So, Sephiroth, who we're gonna fight, was summoned by a race of tree-like beings native to the continent of Mericidia. Believed to be the world's first tree ascended to divinity, Sephiroth is said to command the wellspring of life. Allegan records substantiate this claim, attributing the icon with the ability to induce spontaneous growth in living organisms through the manipulation of ambient etheric energy. Sephiroth often enlarged his own form to colossal size to wreak devastation upon his enemies, earning him the title of Fiend from the battered armies of Alec. So, a sect of Zoroastrianism called Zurvanism. Gotcha. So there you go. That's something to expect. Sephiroth, despite how he may look, is said to come from the world's first tree that became a god, so a tree man, and can make himself huge to really fuck shit up. So Sophia's from Gnosticism. Yeah, I'll have to look that up too. So I was gonna mention it later, but this is actually a Final Fantasy VI reference. You know, I should play Final Fantasy. Oh my god, look at you two doing the squats on either side of the door. we are waiting. Hey, if anybody wants to be a dearie and load for queue for Sephiroth in Ether, especially if you're a tank, that would be real lovely. Oh, if you're sure. I don't know, I'm always spooked tanking in 8-man trials. Only if you really want to. Don't know if it'll help. It could. I mean, you're both healers. We should get something. Yeah, probably tanks are our problem. Come on, more tanks go into trial roulette. You know you want to. It says 6 minutes. I'd say we give it 6 minutes. You can put the micro pants on only if you want to. So the reason I was gonna save the Final Fantasy VI reference for later is that Y'shtola and Urianshe have been sent out to engage the Garleans. We've seen the Garleans here before. We even encountered the Legatus. Regula Van Hydrus, right, that's his name. I need to get his page out. And, yeah, Regula Van Hydrus. We fought him in the Etherochemical Research Facility, even. So we've seen him a few times. But, he is the Legatus of the 6th Imperial Legion. And, the numbers of the Imperial Legions often coincide thematically with that Final Fantasy game that they come from, like that the number corresponds to. Like Nail Van Darnus was the Legatus of the 7th Imperial Legion and headed the Meteor project, and you know, Meteor is the big spell that's pivotal to Final Fantasy VII and the big danger, right? And then so Regula is part of the 6th Imperial Legion, who have gone to Azus Law to investigate the Warring Triad and other treasures that might be in Azus Law. So that's the whole Final Fantasy VI thing. And that's going to continue to be a thing. Like the 12th Imperial Legion is going to be really into Final Fantasy XII stuff. Things like that. But that's not going to... We're not going to get to that stuff for a real long time. Oh, it's 7 minutes already. Yeah, look at that. We need tanks. If it doesn't pop by the time you learn to become a gunbreaker. Wait, are you gonna come in as a brand new job? Will you be okay? Are you sure? Okay. Okay. But hey, that's a good metric. Oh, I'm not a gunbreaker. If I'm a gunbreaker by the time this goes off, then it's truly a bad cue. I get it. Gunbreaker is easy enough at that level, plus you can give your healer a heart attack. Good. I would just be terrified if that was me, that's all. I think it's spooky enough. I'm starting to do level up Gunbreaker a little more by doing it in main scenario roulette, and even that is like spooking me a little bit because I'm a baby, but... And you can just off tank. Yeah, that's what I was gonna... That's what I would do. If I was doing this, I would off tank. That's just me. Because I'm a chicken. I feel like Gunbreaker is the ultimate off-tanking tank anyway, isn't it? I feel like Paladin's the big, I am the main tank. Isn't it? Did Paladin change that much? Well, I guess the ultimate I am the main tank was, is Warrior, but I figured Paladin was like the backup I am the main tank. And then like Dark Knight and Gunbreaker are like, I'm the off-tank tanks. Am I wrong? This is just the little baby tank information that I know. I really don't know that much about tanking. I'm like having a snack over here, but I could probably look up more lore to fill the time. You figured Paladin's a lot of utility. Yeah. I think in raiding, at least, all anybody cares about are DPS numbers. So you want the higher DPS tanks to be your off tanks because that's all they focus on. Meanwhile, you can give up some GCDs for some for like just fucking surviving if you're the main tank or something like that. And so they want the ones who do the big DPS comparatively, which I think is Gunbreaker and Dark Knight, to be off tank, so that you can just pretend to be a DPS that hits reprisals sometimes and tank swaps sometimes or something. That's all I know. Or that's all I've heard. I don't tank in raids. Yeah, let me go back to the Allegan part of the history book. Here we go. So I talked about some of this stuff during the Crystal Tower. You remember Dark Knight being comparatively bad in Shadowbringers? I remember those days. They did a lot to fix Dark Knight. They made Living Dead a lot more busted. You don't want to be too neurotic with meta. I totally understand. It's just that there are enough raiders in my FC that like I can't escape completely. The raiding people are like real into the meta. And so it's so annoying when people like that are in PF and start excluding classes, they just because they don't have as high a DPS in the meta, which is stupid, because, you know, players' skill levels aren't going to be the same even if they play like a quote-unquote job that's strong right now. And then this is the last thing the devs want, So the devs are trying to make all the jobs as equal as possible, and so that's creating people's own complaints about how they hate how everything's the same no matter what you play in Endwalker. It's because they don't want people to get excluded. So they want to make it as balanced as possible, because people are too up their asses or their own asses about the meta. Because I think I could do Savage to get tombstones, but people will clown on me. Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm way too scared to do Savage on PF or do much PF at all, actually. I'm really fortunate that I got into a static recently. If you could find like a beginner static, especially if it's friends, you know, that would be the best way to start, I feel like. Because beginner statics will have, you know, patience for everybody, because everybody is going to be catching up and they know it's going to take a while and things like that. Yeah. Well, you're a black mage. Our caster doesn't usually need, No, that wouldn't work because we're already... Well, no, not necessarily. We're on the first, We're on the first, We're on P9S. So that's the first battle of the tier. So you could jump in if you want. If we have a spot open. Oh my god! It exists! Hi! Anyway, Pinkie Pie, I'm just saying, maybe if a spot opens up, I'll let you know. There he is. He's in his restraints and being constantly regenerated.
Restraints now. Good luck.
There's Kryl. Oh shit. Oh shit. Woo! Crowley. Did he just do the DreamWorks face at me? All right. Let's effing go. Oh no! I'm at the DMV. I gotta fix my portrait. Pestilent northerners. You shall regret the decision to loosen my fetters. Oh, wait, I should hit this. Uh-oh. Spread. I could have probably gotten in there. Oh well. Woo. Whoa. Bina, equilibrium of life. I shall tip thy scales and partake of thy bounteous energy. Kakma? patience and penance. For millennia have I yearned to enact this vengeance. Oh, banger incoming. I gotta turn it up. I gotta turn it up. Oh, he's in beginning. We talked about this. This is how we wreck the armies. I am the end and the beginning. By my touch shall your wretched lives be blessed. Yeah! You have dimmed my boundless light. What power of death do you mortals wield? Ah! I don't want to get. Okay. The beginning. Say my name. Say my name. Sephiroth. Close. We did it! Tree Man is down! The fiend is gone. That was a banger. Yeah! Thank you, everyone! Thank you, Tank, who queued up. Thank you guys so much! So yeah, you can see all these trees he just grew. That was his thing. He was Tree Man. And now we put him through the chipper. Oh wait, I realized I didn't get his, what did he say at the end there? I am the incarnation of life. I cannot perish, cannot wither. I think he did. Oop, no. There we go. You did it! I've seen you in action before, but never against anything that big. My legs kept telling me to run, but I just couldn't tear myself away. I don't think I blinked once during the whole battle. It was pretty cool. Oh, he's got a little spear staff thing. A hero tried and true. If only I had possessed such strength. Oh? Possessed? What are you talking about, kid? Y'shtola, this is Kryl. Icon eliminated. Oh, if only you could have seen it. Mr. gave Sephiroth the mother of all rude awakenings. And your distraction was perfect. We encountered not a single Imperial soldier. Hmm? Yes, understood. Let's swap tails at the Rising Stones then. Okay, good, they're safe. On our path to the control chamber, we discovered a number of dormant thralls. Uh-oh. Like the dragons in the coils. It would seem that the machines that preserve their forms also hold them in a state of torpor. We need not fear them summoning their deity anew. It was probably depending on their prayers to keep it going, kind of like the imprisoned dragons in coils. In short, our work here is done, for the present at least. Let's go home, shall we? All right. Mission accomplished, I guess. Yay. Yes? What is it? Oh, there's Regula Van Hydrus. I guess he had to show up sometime. Your senses are sharp, young one. It's a little staff, I see. I am Regula Van Hydrus, legatus of the 6th Legion. And it would seem that damnable woman and her accomplice have led me a merry dance to the thickest of this infernal island's defenses. So I guess Y'shtola was the one who was really wreaking havoc. To think that I pursued them. I shall withdraw for now, my lesson learned. If you're tall enough, you can grab him like a handbag. Oh my god. He's like, you must do as I say. They must be stopped. And you just like throw him over your shoulder and he starts kicking. He's like, no, we need to defeat the icons. And you like start walking away. I doubt it. You Garleans never learn. You covet the means to enslave primals, but in your headlong dash to control that which you do not understand, you show less wisdom than the very beast tribes that summon them. Ooh, now that's a real zinger for a Garlean. Ooh, there's some darkness in your staff, boy. I have no interest in crossing blades with children. Live, grow strong, and mayhap one day you will warrant my attention. Isn't that literally what, like, isn't that literally what Uma Thurman said to that one little girl in Kill Bill? Darkness. That was a little sus. Not that darkness is inherently sus, just everybody we've met so far who uses darkness is at least a little sus, including Frey. I looked back and you weren't there. Did something happen? Not of consequence. I mistook a shadow for a man. Okay, whatever, bro. You could just tell us the truth. Yeah, Kryl is sus. Yeah. Just what are you hiding beneath that mask of yours? A longing for hope, an appetite for power, a lingering sense of regret. And do I detect a desire to test your strength against a certain hero? Well, he wouldn't be the first. Is that what your gifts tell you? You haven't seen what in at least a decade? No, oh, you mean, Kill Bill? Yeah, it's been a few years for me, too. No, those were just wild guesses, but I wonder if some few of my words didn't strike close to the mark. Or mayhap more than a few. Yeah, right? Kryl's the best. She's like, I'm just, I'm just giving you a read, and if you react like my read was accurate, that's not on me. Be at ease, Anukalai. I have no supernatural ability to read minds. The echo simply allows me to comprehend, regardless of language, that which a fellow being would have me know. You need not mask your heart as you do your countenance. Aww. That was a performance, then? A ruse to uncover my true nature. I see I shall have to keep my wits about me. Coral just wants to get to know him better, and he's like, is that one of those echo tricks? I like this. This is a lot more interesting than I remember. All right, so it looks like we go back to Mordona. I talked to Alienne last time. This is the girl who is traveling with her grandfather, who's over there. Oh shit, I should have talked to them. Right, Alienne, hi. While Riol commands our efforts in the field, I tend to administrative matters here. You might say my experiences with the Crystal Braves helped prepare me for these duties. A pity I never had the chance to thank Captain Ilberd for everything. So Alienne, we met at the very beginning of our adventure. She was with her father, Isildar, over there, so it looks like Grandpa's finally come to party. They were adventuring together in Sestasha and Copperbell Mines, for sure. I don't think they were at Tamtara. Unless they saw what happened to the other party and they're like, well, fuck that. They were definitely at Copperbell and Sestasha, but might have been a couple others too. My memory's foggy at the moment. But let's go talk to her grandpa. Her grandpa's here. Iseldar, I remember you from way back. You should hear some of the mischief Home here got up to back in the old country. It's enough to make me think I still have a good few years of adventuring left in me. And Home is the father of the main Domin guy around here. He's not in the room at the moment, but why am I? Hozon, right? Hozon is his son, and then his grandson is the head little kid of the Domin Adventurers Guild. Yeah. So Home is the grandpa, Hozon's the dad, and Yozon's the kid, the grandson. So Home and Iseldar, these two grandfathers, seem like they're getting along, having some drinks. Talking with Iseldar, I cannot help but wonder if we met long ago. It certainly feels as if we've known each other for years, if not decades. Aren't they sweet? Becoming best friends and feel like they've already known each other for years. The two grandpas and the scions. Although I guess the Domins aren't technically scions, they're definitely scion adjacent. Anyway, hi Nikolai, what's up? So, Warrior of Light. How did it feel to strike down so great a foe? It was cool. You must tell me more of the experience once our meeting with your colleagues is concluded. Hydrate, thank you. I will do that. Aha, okay. Though thine all-surpassing skill at arms, do we now take our first step... Through thine all-surpassing skill at arms, do we now take our first step in ridding the star of the warring Triad's baleful presence. And in such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed unto us by the vainglory of Alig. Know, however, that the two icons which remain are thought equal in might to Sephiroth, and may yet exceed him. Ere thou proceed, I would counsel thee to marshal thy strength and give careful thought to thy preparation. Assuming the Garleans afford us the luxury of time, even now they grasp for the means to dominate primals, blind to the technology's potential for calamity. My master taught me that the entity known as Sephiroth was this world's first sacred tree. Hey, I talked about this. Elevated to godhood by the belief of its worshippers. There is no power more fearsome than that born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal. 'Tis plain your master found in you a willing student. Tell me, was it he who taught you of the elegant technology's potential for calamity, or are those your own words? Everyone is so sus of him. 'Twas but a figure of speech, nothing more. When last we met, I thought I caught a glimpse of the boy behind the mask, but it would seem your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist in this infuriating veil of secrecy? I, for one, would very much like to know who this master of yours is, amongst other things. Oh my god. Kryle and Y'shtola are so nosy. As long as our purposes align, what matter my affiliation? It matters a great deal. I do not ask out of idle curiosity. If we are to fight as comrades, we need to be able to trust each other. On which note, I should apologize for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get to the heart of an enigmatic companion. Truth be told, I was rather glad you reacted as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof all the time, much as you might wish to be. Kryle getting his ass, he's like, a kid should act like a kid, not like some edgelord. Anyway, we had best be off. Do send word if there are any further developments. Bye-bye. Arianji just leaves without a word. I want to say goodbye. A companion now, am I? Well, what else do you want to be? Are we not companions? Are we just two dudes kind of working towards the same goal? Isn't that what a companion is? We're not companions. We're just two dudes working toward the same goal. The fate of the stars. Ukulai is preoccupied by the threat of the 6th Legion. Oh, you're heading off now? Have a great, fun stream, everyone. Good night, Gold. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you sleep well. Good night. I am troubled, Warrior of Light. The 6th Legion will not soon surrender its pursuit of elegant technology. Oh. While it is true that the 6th suffered heavy losses in an attempt to breach Ezislaw's defenses, the Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to its own devices, it will be not be long before the Legatus moves to... His link pearl's ringing. Pray excuse the interruption, but a call to this link pearl can only come from one of your fellow scions. Archon Y'shtola, what news? And you are quite certain they have broken through? Yes, of course. We shall leave immediately. It would seem the thing I feared most has come to pass. Garleans have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Urianger placed upon the entrance to the research facility. We must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control primal entities. Destroy the Garleans. Okay, kid. And oh, looks like Urianger put up a pretty good barrier. Proud of my man. Archon Y'shtola requests that we assemble at the scene of the intrusion. Pray depart at once. I will join you when I have informed the other scions of this development. Well, I guess I'll read that book later. Let's go. Little genocide hungry, aren't we, White Widow Man? Yeah, right? Do you crave blood, little guy? Let's see. Oh, centrifugal crystal engine. This is, so this thing is what, it has to do with the Warring Triad. Let me go to the Az's Law page. So the centrifugal crystal engine, this thing. This seemingly indefatigable they taught me how to say this word in Final Fantasy 16. Alright, so this engine harnessed the power of the imprisoned Warring Triad to transmute the life force of Chimera experiments into synthetic crystal. These manufactured shards would then be used to fuel the cultivation of the Chimeras as part of the research into the possibility of obtaining limitless power. Damn. So they used energy they sucked off from the Warring Triad to turn chimeras into crystals. To make more chimeras. So, I'm probably gonna get more into some history later that has a lot of overlap with Crystal Tower, because the thing to understand is that a lot of what we deal with, a lot of the things the Allagans left behind that we have to fight, are specifically the late Allagan Empire, like within the lifetime of Amon. Because the biggest, most fucked up things didn't happen until Amon resurrected Zonde, and Zonde was all like obsessed with death and stuff like that. So the Crystal Tower and Az's Law were both products of the same era. So there's a bit of overlap because it's the same kind of part of history. And Dalamud too. Dalamud, the Crystal Tower. Well, the Crystal Tower is a little old, but the Crystal Tower is older than Az's Law and Dalamud, but it definitely still has some overlap because obviously we fought Zonde and Amon in there. Crystal Tower has some representation of the older Allagan eras, but definitely what it was used for in the end, and what we have to deal with them inside when what we have to deal with inside of them when we're doing the actual raids is late Allagan Empire stuff having to come out of that. So Dalamud, the particularly fucked up stuff about Crystal Tower, and Az's Law are all kind of all happening at the same time. 5,000 years ago. Hi, Nukolai, what's up? I see we are the first to arrive. No matter. Your colleagues should be here anon. They were wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. Had the Garlean slip by unnoticed, I dare not think of the consequences. I see we are the first to arrive. No matter. Your colleagues should be here anon. Oh wait. I read this already. I thought I pushed X. Oh, here we go. Archon Y'shtola set forth for Azys law when it became apparent that the Legatus was attempting to breach the barrier, and arrived to find that he had succeeded. We must hope that he has yet to find his prize. Well met, Anukalai, and thank you for answering my summons so swiftly, mister. We shall all be glad of your presence should we meet with the 6th Legion, as seems all but certain. As you may be aware, this facility houses some of Alig's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Urianger sought to deny the Empire ingress by weaving a ward of singular potency. Ooh, you're so good at making barriers, Urianger. Thank you. Not singular enough, it would seem. I would be surprised if the Legatus had not reached the core laboratories already. Oh, he did his best, okay? What if the barrier wasn't good enough? He did his best. I'm just kidding. 'Tis passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the Archmages of Sharlayan. Naught was left to chance. Naught. See, he does nothing but his best. He was doing his best. He made the best barrier he could. 'Tis well known that the children of Garlemald have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor hath the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. That they should succeed in unraveling so complex a skein of magecraft, and with such surpassing swiftness, is passing strange. See, it's weird that they got through his barrier so fast. So what Urianger is referring to is that pure blood Garleans, like native Garleans, maybe I should say, can't manipulate ether. They can't do magic, which is why they were historically oppressed before the invention of Magitech, which made up the difference, because other civilizations with magic could beat their asses. But even the Empire, since the entire central authority mechanism of the Garlean Empire is all made up of those native Garleans, they don't have a huge, more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. The most powerful mages of Garlemald are all simply, colonized peoples who they don't respect and don't typically get very high up in the military. So they're not utilizing the magic they have. They're not known for utilizing the magic that they have access to its fullest potential for various reasons. So it's weird that they'd be able to unravel a magic barrier. That it is, Urianger, but 'tis a mystery for another day. We have urgent matters happening right now. Archon Y'shtola has the right of it. Before all else, we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enabled the Alligans to harness primal energies. Of particular concern is the Genesis expression, an etherochemical formula that it allowed the scholars of yore to create substance from nothingness. Well, how do you know about that, Anukalai? I know of no such formula. Whence came you by this information? From your enigmatic master, perchance? Y'shtola is so sus. He did furnish me with that morsel, yes. And knowing exactly which prize the Legatus now seeks enable us to predict his position. Do you not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of an entire legion. I didn't think you quite so bloodthirsty, Anukalai. See, this is what PewDiePie is saying. Kryle's picking up on it too. Like, man, are you into murder, little boy? Surely safeguarding secrets should take precedence over slaying legatuses. Kryle's sentiments reflect my own, yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, Urianger? He's doing a big think. Urianger? Urianger! Ah, forgive me. My thoughts were bound up in idle imaginings. In answer to thy question, milady, I am content to be led by thee in this matter. Oh, huh. He's like, I was thinking, I'll do whatever you want to do. There's my Urianger, translation. Not paying attention, huh? Right. I've enabled the facility's teleporters, shall we? What are you thinking so hard about, Urianger? You dwell on the matter of the barrier. Of course that's what he's thonking on. He's like, how did they do that? How did they do that? It doesn't make sense. I do. Verily. 'Twas a warding spell of labyrinthine intricacy, the brainchild of the head of the students of Baldessian himself. The brainchild of Galuf Badessian, huh? Kryle's grandfather? Even the most learned Archon would require some several moons to disentangle such an enchantment. To do so in mere bells would require some preternatural power akin to the very echo itself. The Garleans got someone with the echo on their side? Or somebody else fucking it up? Was it a Nassian? Operate the facility terminal. The terminal has been activated. Prepare to teleport into the Etherochemical Research Facility. Uh-oh. I need to leave the party real fast. That's funny. Where it's like, you can't be a disciple of the land or hand or while in a... Oh, it's or while in a party. All right. I gotta I gotta dissolve the party for now. But I will be back. I will ask if you guys want to come with again. Of course, that is up to you. The terminal has been activated. Prepare to teleport to the Etherochemical Research Facility. Y'shtola and Urianger and Nukalai are on my side, hey! And Kryle! The Garleans strike for the heart of the facility, and the Legatus spearheads their charge. We must be swift in our pursuit. Sorry, I need to look at our little group here for a second. We got way too many casters, but you know, that's okay. So we've got Anukalai as a thaumaturge / black mage. And then we've got 2 healers. We've got 2 conjurers, you know, / white mages. Kryle and Y'shtola. And then we got an arcanist, you know, / summoner, Urianger right here. All right, let's go. Clear a path, cut through them. No one interferes. Urianger, where's my baby? Summon the carbuncle. The carbuncle I was needle felting. Come on, get him out of here. Clear a path, cut through them. Eorzean scum. The Legatus cannot be far, but we must be swift. Urianger, where's my amber carbuncle? Bring him out. I want to see my boy. We must be swift in our pursuit. The Garleans strike for the heart of the facility. and the Legatus spearheads their charge. The Legatus himself is here. After him. Did he just run out? Okay, big Magitech Vanguard. I shall contend with this foe. Press onward, my comrades. Oh, there he is! There's my boy! There he is! Amber Carbuncle! This is what I was needle felting. It's like really bright yellow carbuncle. I still need to finish. Or thanks, Urianshe. Look at him! There he is! This is what I was needle felting all those weeks. Alright, I need to take some screenshots. This is what I'm needle felting. All the screenshots of Amber Carbuncle online are fucking bullshit. There he is, there he is. So that's the color I should be aiming for on his back. Okay, sorry, I'm taking art references. Yes, he's distracting me. All right, there's a shot from the back. Your little feeties. Your little feeties. Because he's not exactly the same colors as the Topaz Carbuncle. So the colors are off, so I need to, okay. I'll leave you to it, Urianshe. Sorry, I needed to paparazzi your little boy. So that's the Amber Carbuncle, which, there, it's Van Hytris.
In the name of the Emperor!
There he is, way over there. We are the 6th Legion. Stop them. No one gets through. Oop. What? Ah! Oh no, did it grab Kryl? Hey. The Emperor will not be denied. Mister, Kryl needs you. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Kryl? Mistress Kryl, where is she? Oh, I did get her out of the claw. Go, I will stand guard over Mistress Kryl. You must keep the Legatus from his prize. If more come, I will handle them. We leave her in your care then. You'd best keep her safe, Anukalai. Oh no, he's like, there, Kryl. I think the claw grabbed her. Maybe knocked the wind out of her or something. I also thoroughly enjoyed this section of the RR squad. I was looking forward to it, especially because I'd see my boy Amber Carbuncle. Yeah, only Urianshe can summon the Amber Carbuncle because he made the method for summoning it so complicated that only he could do it. It's a very Urianshe thing to do. This one looks a handful. Quickly, inside the barrier. Ooh, look! Urianshe, no, what am I calling about? You stole a barrier. Yeah! The central laboratory should be up ahead. Let's hurry along, shall we? Right, Y'shtola is still with me. After the Legatus. And still they come. Press on, mister. I will handle this. If you say so, girl. Are you sure by yourself, Y'shtola? I mean, she is very powerful. I shouldn't underestimate her. Nice sword. Oh, poor kitty. It's her feed time. After this whole bit, I'll go feed my cat. I've exposed the bones of their work. Now to extract the marrow. Even in the moment of my triumph, you persist in your misguided crusade. So be it. I shall present my prize to the Emperor alongside your head. Again, the Legatus of the 6th Imperial Legion. I think this is our 3rd time fighting him. Or 4th? Alright, let's go. Magitech Slug. Oh, he's got a turret? Whoa. Oh, he's doing the Gaius Van Balzar thing with the gunblade. Look. Fuck. How long do these take to go off? Okay, okay, I'll fight you.
Can you
Okay.
withstand this?
Oop. Oh, I guess I'm kind of on fire.
There is nowhere to run.
I think I'll be okay right here, actually. Yep, see? Oh, okay. That's a little tight.
Withstand this?
Oh, I'm bleeding now. Great. That's a sick gunblade you have. It's got a name, too. I'll tell you guys in a bit.
Can you withstand this?
Can you withstand this? Can you withstand this? My weapons inhibitors exist for a reason, but I will not lose to you again. Ceruleum servant. Holy shit. This is fucking sick. He's letting off the limiters on his weapon like an anime. I love this. And he's got a fucking ceruleum tiger. This is sick. What? I can't.
Enough.
Magitech enhances my blade work tenfold. You cannot hope to win. Whoa. That was some damage, but I think I'm okay. Oh, that was the best you could do. Okay. That was cool, but you know, not enough. Mister. The Tomelith is unbreached then? Look at all these nerds rushing him. It's like, whoa, who's gonna stop him? Two little nerds? Kryl! My wounds will not slow my blades should you seek to bar my path. And you would slay me, no doubt, but it would be your final act. Because Mister is here, bitch. And Ryanje, you're surrounded. What madness afflicts you, Eorzean fools? The Emperor but desires a means to shackle the Icons and their destructive appetites. Why do you rail against your own salvation? It is not for man to wield such power. The primal energy your Emperor seeks to contain would be as kindling waiting for a spark. Forget not the White Raven, Legatus. Like thee, he presumed to wield the power of Alag and invited the calamity in so doing. Yeah, also, Nail got freaking super duper tempered by Bahamut. The star's fate is too important to be decided by any one man, a warmongering savage least of all. Damn! And as the Garleans calling everybody else savages. Have care, boy. You speak of my emperor. Yes, we will get into this, but Regula is Varys's #1 fanboy. So it's not a good idea to shit talk Varys in front of Regula, because they are best friends, childhood friends, in fact. Stella, what are you doing, girl? But dying here in defense of his honor will not further his cause. Oh, see, he wants to do his best to honor Varys, but he's smart enough to be like, that ain't worth it. I'd be of better use to him alive. What is that? Flash grenade? Flash grenade, he's gone. Well, well. I appear to not be dead. Congratulations, Kryl, you're not dead. Ow! Kryl, are you okay? Kryl? I may have cracked a rib or two, but I'll be fine, honestly. That was probably from the machine hand grabbing her. Yo. Our foes gave no quarter. Had Anukalai stinted in his defense of thee, thou mayst be certain thy hurts would be far worse. Aw, so he's like, you're better off, you would have been worse off if Anukalai had not been looking after you. Thank you, boy. See, thank you. He's like, aw, shucks. I could do no less. Mistress Kryl is here at my behest, after all. Oh, he's being shy now. The secrets of Alug are safe for the present, though 'tis doubtful the legatus will return to Garlemald till the prize he coveteth lieth in his grasp. So, Regula ain't going nowhere. We're gonna see him again. Then we must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Kryl and I will place additional seals upon the tomelith. Since the Rianges weren't good enough. Anukalai. I appreciated you staying at my side. Thank you. Aww. I forgot there was good Kryl characterization in here. 'Twas not. The Final Fantasy XIV way of saying it was nothing. Oh, please. It was a good deal more than that, and you know it. Now let me help you. When a woman thanks you for saving her life, the customary response is, "You're welcome." You can see how Kryl could annihilate Alphino at the drop of a hat in school. She was like his school senpai and always knocked him down a notch. You can just see it. This is like how she worked Alphino when they were in school. You are welcome. Ari and she smile. See, you're gonna become friends with us whether you like it or not, little boy. Ah, Urianche, are the new wards already in place? My colleagues yet toil upon their enchantments. I come unto thee in secret, that I might question thee outside of their hearing. Oh, in secret, but I'm okay to be here? Mm-hmm. question me? I would speak with the one who undid my subtlest magecraft. He who invited an Imperial legatus into this facility in hopes of engineering the man's demise at the hands of the Warrior of Light. Ooh! Is this what you were talking about, Pukey Pie? Yeah! This is what you were talking about! Urianger saw through his whole scheme. The Garleans wouldn't have been able to do shit about it. So Anukalai undid the entire thing. And that's why he was so kind of bloodlustily over, yeah, you can destroy the Garleans, you can kill Regula. Everyone was like, whoa, boy, including us. But it was all part of his plan. He was trying to manipulate me into killing. You accuse me of masterminding this day's events. The plan may have been thy master's, but the deed was thine. Thou didst lure the legatus of the 6th Legion into a trap from which he was not intended to emerge. 'Tis plain to me now that thy seeming opportunism in proposing his elimination was feigned, and that his death was the object of thy plan from the first. And you have proof of this? Thine own words betrayed thee. Thou didst speak of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned Mistress Kryl was ignorant. Whence then did the legatus come by such definitive knowledge? He's not accusing, he knows, man. Yeah, I love him. I love him. You're like, so what? How did... This is great because I'm trying to pretend to be Urianger in my other Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, which is so difficult because you can like play mind games with so many different parties, and I don't have confidence in myself to play mind games. So this is amazing. This is going to be great inspiration for how I deal with Act 3. So yeah, how did Regula know about the Genesis expression then? Whence then did the legatus come by such definitive knowledge? And then there is the matter of mine unraveled ward. None save one possessed of an otherworldly gift could have so swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such? Yeah, especially this guy is mysteriously immune to primal tempering, so something's going on with this guy. Assuming these accusations have merit, what then? Full many times, and oft doth the pursuit of truth lead men down darkened paths. I take no issue with thy purpose. 'Tis but thy method I would call into question. In the Garlean Empire, we have a common foe. Hadst thou deigned to share thy intentions with Mr. or Mistress Kryl, 'tis like that we would have closed the trap with less risk to life and more success. You gotta communicate, bitch. I sought to use the most dangerous secrets of Alleg as bait. Who among you would agree to such a reckless plan? So you admit it's reckless. None. And with good cause. Irrespective, thou wert remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. He's like, but we're not comrades. Yeah, we're comrades, bitch. I note with some disappointment that, in matters concerning the primals and those who would control them, the cold rationality upon which thou pridest thyself is conspicuous by its absence. Ooh, the hard read. So, you picked up Gunbreaker as a joke to pass the time, but now you're into it? Now you're into it? Oh no, also the storyline is so dark. But I guess it is the same, it is Shadowbringers, so there you go. So, what's a good way to Urianger translate this? So even though you pride yourself on your cold rationality, the way you acted with concerning the primals and those who could control them, you seem a little heated. And you're not communicating with your comrades. This is a little out of hand. Know that the salvation of this star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone. Shouldst thou fail to... This is a lot coming from Urianger, but I mean, he's right. Know that the salvation of this star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone. Shouldst thou fail to trust in thy comrades, I foresee thy actions participating some terrible misfortune. Indeed. Yeah, Nuclei, you're the one saying earlier that you can't trust this to any one man, including the Emperor. My sincerest apologies, mister. Urianger is correct in his suspicions. It was I who orchestrated this encounter with the Empire. I would ask that thou forgive the Nuclei this transgression, and keep mention of it from Mistress Kryl. Would be a pity for one foolish decision to wither their budding camaraderie ere it had chance to bloom. Man, Urianger is asking me to keep secrets now. He's like, Kryl and him are friends, right? There you are, you rotten idler. When Y'shtola realized we were struggling with the wards alone, she was absolutely livid. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Urianger's getting yelled at. Ah, never mind the warring Triad. I have awoken Archon Y'shtola's tempestuous wrath. In supplicant mood shall I return at once, and there atone for mine indolence. Urianger! And see, even Kryl's laughing at him. He's like, oh no, I angered Y'shtola. I better go back and say sorry right now. Come, mister. It is time we return to the Rising Stones. That was great. Okay, I'm gonna teleport to Mordona, and then I'm gonna take a break and finally give Stella her food. She's very mad. Her food is late. All right. We will go on to Sophia in a bit. I will be back soon. Hang on. Alright, I'm back. We have to go check in with Unukalai and ignore Flamine again. I'm sorry, Flamine. I'm gonna talk to you next week, I promise. Alright, let's go in. Once again, I must apologize for acting without your consent or counsel. As a gesture of repentance and a sign of good faith, allow me to share something of myself with you. Ooh, finally, we're gonna learn something about Unukalai. Get your popcorn ready, everybody. As Urianger suggested, I possess the gift of the echo, though it is of a nature different from yours. Regardless, I would use my gift for the self-same purpose, the salvation of this star. And nothing poses a greater threat to the world than the proliferation of primal harnessing technology. This I only know too well. Oh. This I know only too well. What I am about to divulge concerns the fate of another star entirely. Guys! On this other world, a magic was devised that allowed the realm's champions to use a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. There's another word for it too. Imagine a world other than this one. A thinking emoji, I know, right? Especially since we just did Void Ark last week. Imagine that, you know? Oh no, 2 weeks ago we did Void Ark, but still, imagine that. So you could call it Auracite. There's other words for it, but Auracite does exist in this world, and it can be used for all sorts of things, so we'll go with this for now. So armed, these heroic souls conquered god after god, oblivious to their weapons' fatal imperfection, its propensity to bleed primal energies. And with each victory, the heroes changed, transforming at last into fiends of endless appetite. Oh, endless appetite? Are we putting the puzzle pieces together? Insatiable in their hunger for ether. My, this sounds familiar. They ultimately went to war over the star's ever-dwindling life force. And fought until there was nothing left. Thus, as Urianger so astutely observed, when I am faced with those who rush to embrace power unchecked, I lose all semblance of rationality. Know that my master, too, cares deeply about the fate of this star. I'm like looking into the camera like I'm on The Office as we speak. If only I could make my my Corpiker face forward to stare at you straight at you guys's. I am his servant, his instrument, sent here to ensure that the same tragedy does not consume another world. Now that was interesting. Imagine leaving it at that for like a whole patch. All right, chapter 2. Oh wait, we haven't read these. All right, chapter 1, Sephiroth. The warrior of light has toppled the first of the warring Triad. We knew little of Sephiroth other than he was the chief deity of a tribe of tree-like beings, a sacred tree ascended to godhood. Elegant histories discovered upon the event of his destruction, however, have brought fascinating new facts to light. These recordings attribute to Sephiroth the ability to induce spontaneous growth in living organisms through the manipulation of ambient etheric energy. It is noted that the icon did not hesitate to direct this ability upon himself, the embiggening, the big boy. Sephiroth grew to gigantic proportions during his conflict with the armies of Allag, using his own colossal limbs to cut great swaths of destruction through their ranks. He was eventually overwhelmed, however, and his abilities contained. The Allagans performed experiments upon the captured icon, siphoning his growth-inducing energies into the cultivation of numerous chimerical monstrosities, one unnatural existence propagating countless others. When one believes one's control unbreakable, however, a single, overlooked flaw inevitably leads to catastrophe. I know of at least one civilization that collapsed under the weight of such hubris. Poke poke, wink wink. Chapter 2, A Persistent Foe. The Garlean Empire's 6th Legion has breached the core laboratories of Azislaw's research facility, seeking to prevent the Imperials from extracting the Genesis expression. The Warrior of Light and his allies pursued the Legatus and his soldiers, and succeeded in denying him the vital formula. The Garleans claim their interest in primal harnessing technology comes from a desire to contain the entity's wanton destruction. But while this purpose seems perfectly noble, such control would place the power of gods in the hands of a select group of men. A select group of men who has been oppressing half the world, so... Who then might oppose the Emperor should he wish to sunder the world? What an interesting turn of phrase! And what guarantee prevents error and happenstance from setting the primals free? Ever would the threat of their accidental awakening loom above our heads. By harnessing a primal, one is also condensing and concentrating its vast energies. Upon the being's release, its long-suppressed power and simmering rancor explodes with unimaginable violence, which is exactly what happened with Bahamut during the Calamity. With their potency increased far beyond that of the typical beastman-summoned deity, the defeat of harnessed entities becomes exponentially more arduous. Such might can only be overcome with more might. Is he saying that Bahamut, when he cracked out of Dalamud like an egg, was beyond an extreme trial and difficulty? Man, Louis was a one-man full party. But ultimately, the battle has no victor. When powers of this magnitude collide, they consume immense reservoirs of ether. One man savage. Yep. That's Louis Swa. He was doing the Calamity unsynced. When powers of this magnitude collide, they consume immense reservoirs of ether. The star will be drained of life before the clash can be decided, and all will crumble into oblivion. Well, that actually is pretty much what happened with the War of the Magi. Funny enough. But not with primals, but with just regular people using way too much magic. All right. Balance unto all. We're gonna meet her. Unukalai has urgent news to share on the current state of the Warring Triad. Oh, you're getting really close, kid. Warrior of Light. If this world is to survive, we must needs move forward with our plan. Another pillar of the Warring Triad must be toppled. The question of which has already been answered. Following our encounter with the Legatus, Archon Y'shtola detected erratic etheric waveforms emanating from the sector containing the icon Sophia, known simply as the Goddess in former times. Such readings can mean only one thing. She is close to awakening. Let us return to Azislaw forthwith and put an end to this primal deity, lest she rise again in all her terrible glory. Okay, and I guess we're gonna go back to Azislaw. So one of these, there's a couple of places. Yeah, maybe after this I'll do the little tour of the areas that are relevant to the Warring Triad. Remember when we were on Midgardstormer and we were flying up, up, up? A very Heavensward moment. We were gonna go kick Thornton's ass, remember that? Yuki Pie, did you ever do Omega raids? Ooh, oh, you're gonna like those. I was just saying, there's like really iconic Omega music, and it uses this little refrain from Azislaw that references that the Alligans tried to control Omega once. Like the do 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 is like an Omega music all the time. This is the last of Heavensward for me. Sweet! Omega Trials are Stormblood. But definitely, you probably remember when Omega and Sephiroth, not Sephiroth, oh my god, Shinryu, not to spoil, but that big fight at the end of, right before Stormblood, right? Like the robot versus dragon. I won't say any more than that or else it'll be spoilers, but more of that. Oh, you don't? Ooh! Yeah, it might have been a real long time ago. Oh shit. We appear to be the first to arrive. Shall we await our colleagues here? Well, if you don't remember, PewDiePie, we should be getting there in Lore Sunday in a few months, maybe? Maybe at the beginning of next year. I have no idea when the hell we're getting to Stormblood. There's still so much more to do. But we'll get there eventually. And you can see the cool fight. We appear to be the first to arrive. Shall we await our colleagues here? I know, the freaking post quest. I haven't gotten to the freaking Moogle quests. It's a nightmare. Could the 6th Legion have returned? Mister! Anukalai! Oh no, Kryl! What's up? We're under attack! Y'shtola and Arianche have engaged the foe not far from here. the fuck is that? Cool looking. The first demiurge. Ha! Rarely is my shield thus tested. 'Twould seem the Alligans have not been lax in their recruitment. The second demiurge. Think you so? Mayhap your arm merely withered whilst you lay idle. Are these the thralls? Still your tongues. We have stalled them long enough. Third demiurge. With scales in hand, the goddess shall arise, and righteously cast off her cursed pall, that she, with wrathful Worm King at her side, might judge and thence bring balance unto all. Hear my words and despair, Alligans. Our goddess is awoken. Your civilization has birthed the instruments of its own undoing. So talking about Sophia, and the Worm King must be Bahamut. 'Tis well that you are here, mister. I should like to know what our assailants were saying. You understood their words, did you not? Lord Sunday. Oh, because they weren't speaking our language. Oh, okay. So they weren't speaking our language. They're like, I have no idea what the fuck they said. But people with the echo can understand any language. And so Urianger, being a nerd, could recognize what language they were speaking. 'Twas a Mericidian dialect, if mine ears do not deceive. The one which beareth scant resemblance to any spoken in recent times. Thank you, nerd, I love you. As for our antagonist's meaning, I do gladly defer to those blessed with the echo. That's one of the few times in the entire game they acknowledged somebody else was speaking a different language. The one with the shield seemed to think we were Alligans. He recited what sounded like a verse of prophecy, then claimed that their goddess is awoken. Is that about right, mister? And might we assume that this deity of theirs is the very icon we've come to topple? Aye. From their tongue, their words, and their attire, 'tis like that our antagonists were Mericidian, thralls to the goddess Sophia, and victims of the Alligans' incursions. Well, I guess that means there were Elizin and Rugadin in Mericidia. No surprise that there's here in Mercidia, because there's here everywhere. Although, Sophia was worshipped by diverse peoples of Mericidia, so that's kind of a cool, inclusion that they showed that Sophia's thralls were from all sorts of races, because that's how it was. Sephiroth and Zurvan are more kind of like the beast tribe kind of icons, primals that we have, that's just kind of one kind of people summoning this god, but Sophia was actually like a god of the masses. If, as Cryo claimeth, they thought us agents of Allag, 'tis little wonder that they sought to bring us low. You suggest that Sophia's servants have been liberated from their containment? Then we have no choice but to accept the word of her awakening as truth. Gods help us! The warring Triad have proven formidable enough. when we've roused them with but a fraction of their true strength. Should Sophia break free at the peak of her powers, Mister and his friends won't stand a chance. Thanks, Kryl, for your vote of confidence. Let us be about it then. Mister, Kryl, and Nikolai, the three of you will make directly for Sophia's containment facility. Urianger and I will do what we can to occupy the Icon's thralls. Kind of a similar situation as before. Mistress Kryl, do you perchance recall the words of the prophecy in its entirety? Let me see. I believe it was, with scales in hand the goddess shall arise, and righteously cast off her cursed pall, that she with wrathful Worm King at her side might judge and thence bring balance unto all. Excellent memory, Kryl. I can see why you were kicking ass at school. All right, it's Sophia time. Time for us to fall off the platform and die. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna try to invite. Let me know, PewDiePie, Rowan, if you're not ready to go, or I guess just refuse my invitations, really. All right, sweet. So, are you ready to go fight Big Bad Sophia? All right, just double checking. Okay.